You've probably seen the headlines, the viral videos, the heated online debates. US deports hundreds of Indians on military planes.uk, cracks down on visas.Europe is closing its doors. A narrative is building that the world is suddenly kicking out Indian migrants. It paints a picture of a global door slamming shut, leaving many to ask, are Indians no longer welcomed? Today, we're going to cut through the noise. The answer is far more complex than a simple yes or no. We'll look at the hard facts behind the deportations, explore the global shifts in immigration policy, and uncover a crucial part of the story that often gets ignored. This isn't just about who's being kicked out, it's about who is still being welcomed with open arms. Stick with us as we break it all down. Let's start with what's fueling this narrative. There is no doubt that several countries have intensified their crackdown on illegal immigration, and Indian nationals have been significantly affected. The most prominent example is the United States. In recent years, and particularly under the Trump administration, there has been a sharp increase in the deportation of Indian nationals. We've seen charter flights and even military aircraft used to send back hundreds of individuals at a time. According to the Pew Research Center, as of 2024, people of Indian origin are the third largest group of undocumented immigrants in the UWS, after Mexicans and Salvadorans. In 2023 alone, nearly 97,000 Indians were caught or expelled at the US border. The reasons for these deportations are clear-cut violations of immigration law, entering the country illegally, often through the dangerous donkey route via Mexico or Canada, overstaying visas, or involvement in fraudulent activities. This isn't just a US phenomenon. The United Kingdom has also tightened its rules. While not singling out Indians, policy changes have led to a 48% drop in work visas and an 11% fall in student visas for Indian citizens in 1 year. The tensions of Indian nationals for immigration breaches in the UK have also surged, doubling in the last year. Even the Gulf, a long-standing hub for Indian workers, is seeing changes. Countries like the UAE and Saudi Arabia have launched campaigns to deport or penalize residents who overstay their visas or violate local labor laws. These crackdowns are often part of broader economic reforms, like Saudization, aimed at prioritizing local employment. While not aimed specifically at Indians, the massive size of the Indian diaspora there means they are inevitably impacted. So, yes, the crackdown is real. But it's crucial to underline that these policies are targeting illegal or irregular migration. This is a critical distinction that often gets lost in the sensational headlines. This isn't happening in a vacuum. The actions we're seeing are part of a much larger global trend. Across the Western world, immigration has become a hot-button political issue. Several factors are at play. First, economic anxiety. Post-pandemic, many nations are grappling with inflation and strained public resources, leading to questions about the capacity to support large immigrant populations. Second, a political shift. We're seeing the rising right-leaning or nationalist governments in several European countries that are championing tougher immigration laws. From France to the Netherlands to Sweden, the political discourse is increasingly focused on controlling borders and reducing the influx of migrants. And third, record numbers. In 2023, arrests for illegal border crossings into the US hit record levels, and cities like New York and Chicago have struggled to cope. The UK's asylum applications reached the highest number since 1979. This pressure forces governments to act, and the most visible action is often a crackdown on those without legal status. What's important to understand is that these policies affect migrants from all over the world, not just India. The story is less about a specific country turning against Indians and more about a global shift towards stricter, more regulated immigration. Now, here is the part of the story that completely changes the narrative. While the door for illegal entry is being slammed shut, the door for legal, skilled Indian talent is wider open than ever before. The same countries that are deporting some are actively recruiting others. There is a global talent shortage, and India is seen as the solution. By 2030, the world could face a shortage of over 85 million skilled workers, and countries are looking to India to fill that gap. Germany, for example, is seeking hundreds of thousands of Indian workers over the next 5 years to prevent a shortage of 7 million skilled workers by 2035. There is a high demand for Indian IT professionals, engineers, and healthcare workers across the Gulf, Europe, and Asia. Australia is actively seeking Indian nurses and software programmers. The QS World Future Skills Index 2025 ranked India as the second most prepared job market in the world for future in-demand skills in AI, digital, and green sectors. The Indian diaspora is one of the most successful immigrant communities in the world. In the US, they are the most educated and highest income group. They have founded 1/3 of all tech startups in Silicon Valley and own about 60% of all hotels in the country. This success translates into enormous economic power. The Indian diaspora sent home a staggering $125 billion, billioning remittances in 2023 alone, contributing significantly to India's economy. This is not the story of a community that is unwelcome. It's the story of a community that is thriving, contributing, and highly sought after. Finally, it's crucial to see how the Indian government is navigating this new global landscape. New Delhi is not just passively watching, it's actively shaping its migration policy. India has stated it is against illegal immigration and has agreed to take back its citizens who are deported, provided their nationality is verified. This cooperation is a strategic move to strengthen diplomatic ties and, importantly, to protect the pathways for legal migrants. More than that, India is signing a wave of new agreements to promote legal migration. It has inked migration and mobility partnership agreements with countries like the UK, France, Germany, and Australia to create a robust and legal framework for Indian students and professionals to work abroad. The government is also overhauling its own domestic laws, planning a new overseas mobility bill to replace an outdated 1983 Act, aiming to facilitate safe migration and crack down on grash, the fraudulent agents who lead people down the illegal path. So, let's return to our original question. Is the world kicking Indians out? The evidence shows that the world is cracking down on illegal immigration, a global trend affecting all nationalities. But simultaneously, the world is rolling out the red carpet for skilled, legal Indian migrants. The narrative of Indians are no longer welcomed is a dangerous oversimplification. The reality is a global pivot. The era of unregulated, low-skilled migration is facing immense pressure. The future, for Indians and all migrants, lies in legal, documented, and skilled pathways. The world doesn't want fewer Indians, it wants to choose how they arrive. And for those with the right skills and the right documents, the opportunities have never been greater. What are your thoughts on this complex issue? Have you or someone you know been affected by these changing policies? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.